All right.
All right, welcome back. Take two. Today still is Friday the 29th, almost 11 in the morning. We all have meetings, but I wanted to welcome a very special guest, Kim Stemler, the Executive Director for Monterey County Vintners and Growers Association. You've been a great partner of the city's for many, many years. You do a great job organizing not just the special events you have in the village, but also organizing the wine tasting establishments, the retail wine tasting establishments.
I even worked with Kim when I was back at the county, so you're everywhere, for sure.
And if you evolve in the future, not that I'm saying anything, we love continuing to work with you. So we're going to hear from you in a minute. I just wanted to real briefly thank everyone who took part in this week's public meetings. If we did not answer the questions that you posed at either of the meetings, we took good notes, and we will get you answers on your inquiries. A couple of quick things. We do have a council meeting on Monday. We've got closed session on Monday, and we're going to hear, excuse me, a presentation from Cal-Am. They're going to dig up Dolores Street to put in a new water line.
Which is great.
It's great.
Yeah.
Going to repaving the street. The council has to approve that encroachment permit. And I think we've got some more tree care. Since the contract's over $100,000, which is the number we've kind of arbitrarily decided, it's not on the consent agenda. It'll be part of a orders of business. And then on Tuesday, several appeals from the Planning Commission, a dead tree, that's a public nuisance, and the Cypress and Mills Act. So good kind of full agendas both for Monday and Tuesday. So that's what I got. What do you got, buddy?
I'll tear off the agenda. So the other thing you left off on Tuesday is an update on the housing element.
The other thing I left off?
Yeah.
Well,
is on the housing element. We'll be having a brief update because Tuesday, the 2nd, is the update, and then we'll come back on the 8th of March for a special meeting of the Planning Commission and the City Council to consider adoption of the city's housing element. So the Planning Commission will take an action first, make a recommendation to the City Council, and then the City Council will consider adoption. So a couple of meetings coming up in short order. Our recent draft is out right now. It's on the city's website for public comment, so please continue to go there. We've got a lot of great comments already, so continue to do that. And then the other thing that's really exciting, I don't know if you've ever done this before, Chip, or if anybody's ever gone to this, but we have a breakfast with the bunny.
Yeah, I've done it.
Which is really fun.
It is fun.
They have delicious pancakes. So that's Sunday from 8:30 to noon. $6 for children, $12 for adults, $30 for a family of 4. It's the Carmel Host Lions Club. So come check it out. It's a really fun event. It's not an egg hunt, though. They want to make that really clear. It's not an Easter egg hunt. You can go up there. They have some fun little bunny crafts and things like that. But it's really about breakfast and saying hi to people. It's not an egg hunt.
Yeah, it's a really family-friendly community event. And thanks to the Carmel Host Lions for, they've been the sponsors since they actually took it over from us. It used to be our event.
That's right.
It's not our event.
Yeah, that's all I got. I want to hear from Kim.
But Kim, you have one of your passion projects is affordable housing, and you're very active with Habitat for Humanity.
Yep.
We're not going to talk about that. So
No,
we'll bring you
but
back
we should talk about that
with
later.
maybe some of your board members. I don't know, maybe someone who's in the gallery today to talk about Habitat.
I'm actually not on the board. I'm just a fan.
land trusts in the future to talk about opportunities for the village. But one of your passions is wine.
I love wine. It's so exciting.
American wine.
American wine. So let's talk about this. I was over at Stationery. I go to Stationery regularly. And next Wednesday, they're having an American wine event. And I love that it's called American wine. Yeah. Because we talk about buying French wine, and I know you're a dedicated American wine, and hopefully a dedicated Monterey wine drinker.
Only.
Yeah. But we call French wine and Spanish wine and Italian wine, but we don't call our own wine American wine.
What do we call it?
Domestic.
Ugh.
I know.
That doesn't sound very. Do you want a glass of domestic?
It's like domesticated. I mean, it just sounds so benign.
Right. So, but that's changing, and it was actually Anthony that was talking about it, and so they're having this event next Wednesday night, 5 to 7, open to the public. You just have to get tickets. And they're going to do a little wine tasting, which is very exciting. And but I think it speaks to how we need to value our own wine. Like, we've got great wine in the U.S., and particularly in California. California makes 92% of the wine. Monterey County makes 7% of the wine in the U.S.
So
wow, I had no idea.
The biggest county?
Actually, Lodi is the biggest county. Sonoma is the next.
Grapes. I mean,
They-
raisin grapes.
They actually grow wine grapes. But so the way I would frame it is, we are a premium wine region. Sonoma's a premium wine region. This is going to get snooty. I hope nobody from Lodi is listening, or the Central Valley. The Central Valley.
We got a pretty big viewership.
Sorry.
Let's just say it with love. They just need to up their game a little bit.
Yeah, I'll stop there before I get in trouble.
You know, my wife's the assistant city manager in St. Helena.
Oh my gosh.
They call it Up Valley.
Up Valley.
And apparently they make some good wine there. I've never had any, of course, but.
No, you have totally had it. Your nose is getting longer. And they make beautiful wine up there. So
tell us about our village. So we have
you
how
have
many?
16 tasting rooms here.
Tasting rooms,
and
which
they're
are retail
all wonderful.
establishments.
They're only open during the day,
Right.
or, early evening, but wine tasting rooms throughout the county. They are not late night. They're not bars. It's not where you go to get drunk. It's really an experience.
Right.
And for me, it's an experience of tasting place, having this creative expression of the place where the grapes were grown. And one thing that I like to do with my friends, that I challenge everybody else to do, and I think it would be hilarious if a lot of people to do it, is bring scarves to tasting rooms and have them do a flight. A flight is the wines you're going to taste, and blindfold yourself and then taste them. Because the experience is totally different if you don't know what you're tasting. Even like if you don't know what white you're tasting or what red you're tasting, it's actually really hard to pick out what you're tasting.
Interesting.
So that's the assignment. Or do it at home.
It's a great
If you don't want to
assignment,
be
yeah.
blindfolded in public, do it at home. Do it with friends. Get blindfolded with friends.
There you go.
There we go. That's my tip for a fun experience.
And thank you. I think that's a great experiential.
Yeah.
Jack Galante should get a whole bunch of scarves, and I think it's
It'd
a
be
great
really fun.
opportunity. So you've been working with our ad hoc committee on outdoor wine tasting,
Right.
which would be on private property, again, not in the
Only.
public right of way, not in the sidewalk, not in our parks or anything like that. And you've been instrumental because you've shown us some examples of how it's done in a way that respects a community, and so thank you for that.
Yeah,
And
thank you for
we have some
having
more homework.
conversations.
We have homework. We had a really good meeting with that ad hoc committee in November,
Right.
before the new year, and then staff, we have some homework to do, looking at what other cities are doing, and then also looking at how our current regulations work versus how they're written. And so we'll be getting another meeting of that ad hoc committee together in the next month or
That's
two.
great. And our weather is so beautiful. Today I could
Not
use some
today.
sun, but otherwise it's so beautiful that it's a perfect climate to have outdoor seating for wine experiences.
Yep.
Yeah, so again, the ad hoc, which is made up of Councilmember Barron and Mayor Potter, they had some good questions. I think the conversation was in this room, it was a great conversation, and I think the vintner growers, the wine shop owners understood those questions, and so I thought it was incredibly collaborative.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, it was good. It was a good
Yeah.
mix of people. We had,
They're good people.
people from the wine industry. We also had, some residents that showed up,
Yeah.
other business owners that came, and that's,
We had a visitor group, remember
Yeah.
there was a visitors from
Right,
like Arizona
from-
Out of
or
town.
It's
something?
some
Yeah.
place out of
Yeah.
town that like to go wine
Yeah, it
tasting.
was great. So
yeah.
we'll continue that conversation,
Thank
so
you.
thank you for your work on that. So.
Yeah, always collaborating.
Anything
It's
else?
team. No, that's it.
How about you?
Go enjoy.
That's it. I'm excited for the weekend.
Happy
Thanks
Easter.
everybody for the week. Happy Easter. And do you know how we sign off on this thing?
No.
We tell people to take good care.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll look at the camera and we'll say,
Take
take
good
good care.
care.